Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where we're checking out a video titled German Things My Boyfriend Does. American Girlfriend Perspective. So yeah, we're gonna just jump right into this video right now. And yeah, if you guys have any recommendations, leave us in the comment section down below and I'll check them out as soon as possible. Preferably click up the link in the pinned comment section and I'll check out that video as soon as possible. Without further ado guys, let's go right into this video.
What's up everyone? My name is Deanna from our channel DPTV, and in this video today I wanted to do something a little different. Phil, my boyfriend, is from Germany. Phil and I have been traveling throughout Southeast Asia together. We visited Germany last year for the very first time, and there are a few things that I've realized are a little German that he does. I don't know, we're not trying to stereotype anyone here. So in this video I wanted to talk about things my German boyfriend does from an American perspective. Alright, so here's the German.
Hello. People say I speak with a very strong German accent all the time, so I'm just talking normal.
Alright, so in this video I'm going to go over 6 things that I feel like are pretty German that you do. Ooh. He doesn't know what I'm talking about. Alright, so the first one is, there's a German word for it, and it's about always looking and comparing the prices to figure out what is the best value. And it's on the German Amazon even. It's like a category. Price, what is it?
You know it.
Price Life's.
What the hell's going on, bro? Damn.
Verhältnis.
Nope.
Yeah, Preis-Leistungsverhältnis.
And it literally means like price-performance ratio.
Yeah, good value.
Yeah, I mean, I love that about you, don't get me wrong, because I do the same thing. Like, I look at the units per thing when I'm at Walmart and how much it costs.
We're not rich, so I'm looking for a good value. Is that not normal? Do you not compare prices?
It's funny that there's actually a German word for it.
It's not everybody doing that. I feel like that's so normal.
Sometimes it spends a little...
Right. I mean, I don't know. I don't really think I do this. If I'm being absolutely honest. I don't think I do this.
A little too long in the aisle for like bread or something, and he's looking, alright, well that one has more units.
Per kilogram price, not at the unit price. But I actually don't know if that's a super German thing. I feel like Germans oftentimes buy more expensive things to show their status.
Or just because you assume that quality is associated with more expensive items.
Yeah, so, but I think
it is though.
Does that.
Yeah, if you're German, let us know. But I've read it.
German?
I've looked up in the German Amazon, and that word, Preis-Leistungsverhältnis, has been used so many times.
Every review about some products, like I'm thinking about computers or whatever, mostly has a category of that. You always have a winner of that review or the test, like the best thing, and then they always have a Preis-Leistungsverhältnis-Sieger, a winner of the price-performance ratio. That's usually the way to go.
I like it. Alright, so my next point is something that I've learned when we were traveling around the world together, because in America there's always an additional tax and tip that is not included in the price, and you have to know to include 10%, 20%, 25% in the price that's given. He hates this.
Yes.
We were in Bali and their menu would say sometimes at the bottom that there's a government tax and a service fee included after the fact. He thinks it's a lie. He thinks that you are lying to him and that you are cheating him. If it says $15, it better be $15, and if an additional 25% is added.
He's not right. It is a scam. Because what it is that it's a form of you look at something, let's say this GoPro again, it cost $100, right? And you're coming to the cash register or to check out and you're bringing $100, right? And you get there and it's like, oh, there's a 25% on it as well. So that's going to be $120, right? If I did my math right, it should be $125. Anyways, $125, right? And then you're like, oh shit, you know what? I really want this, so I'm gonna pay the 25 extra, right? So it's pretty much like a scam, because in reality, if you saw the 125 prior, you'd be like, oh yeah, I'll just pass on that for now.
And on top of that, he gets so mad. I completely understand you, but growing up in America, where tipping culture is like, just you have to.
Oh, we have a tipping culture. But if I go to the supermarket and it says
Ah, yeah.
This candy bar is $1.99, and I go with my $2 to the checkout, and then the woman says, "Thank you, that's $2.17." I was like, why? They are adding the tax afterwards. But if I have a limited amount of money, imagine like a kid, I have my $5 and I want an ice cream and a chocolate bar and then maybe a little toy for my friend, and you have to add up these prices. $3.76, and then there's $2.24, and I have to be, okay, how much is value added tax? Why? It makes no sense. That really makes me angry. I don't know if it's a German thing in these
Get mad, baby.
restaurants in Bali. I think somebody
right.
noticed, oh wait, there's a place in the world like the US where they just add money afterwards. We can call it tax, we can call it service fee,
Yeah.
and they add it. We might write it on a menu, we might not. And it's not even conform, like it's not like all of them
Not
do that.
uniform, yeah.
Some of them do it, you go next door, they don't do it, and it just feels like they're
Cheating.
Scam.
they charge 7, they add a shitload of weird percentages, and I charge 9 in the end, and I rather had them telling me it's 9 and not feel like scammed and come back there than doing that. I can get on a rant. I can rage about this. It's so stupid.
He's gonna be so mad when we go to the US.
Is everybody running around with a calculator in the supermarket?
I completely agree, but I didn't realize there was another way until I left the US. That's just how I grew up. So it's something that has grown to frustrate me as well.
It sounds a little bit silly when she says it. She didn't realize that there's another way. But I do understand. I absolutely understand. I do. Because that's how you think. Sometimes you're like, oh yeah, that's the way it is, and that's how it is. But if I'm being absolutely honest with you, I remember, you know, when I buy things like these in the U.S., pretty much what would happen is that you'd have the tax dependent on your state, and to me that wasn't a big deal because obviously the state that you're in plays a huge different role because the taxes is not the same every state, right? Which makes sense, right? But when you go in the store, there's absolutely actually no excuse for that because the sale is in that area. So having it, you know, a full market price including the tax makes a lot more sense.
But when I first met Phil, he was fuming.
It's just annoying.
So another thing that my German boyfriend does, and we've kind of learned throughout our relationship to adapt with, is the direct language. I grew up in the South, like the Southeast, good old Southern, like you have that Southern
What's that?
charm. What?
What is good old Southern? What is it?
I like Buddy. You mad, bro. You mad.
Good old Southern, like you have that Southern
What's that?
charm. What?
What is good old Southern? What does that mean?
What? I didn't do like that. I did
Good old
that.
Southern.
Oh my God, no. I didn't mean that. Good old Southern charm where you sugarcoat everything and you are super polite to people. You fake a smile even if you do not like that person. I really don't like that part of the culture that I grew up in, that area, that region of the US. I do not like that fake culture. But I still think it was a little different meeting Phil because I think the German language is more direct. He likes to say efficient. Maybe it's more efficient and getting your point across. I don't know.
Should I say, well, darling, could you give me an example, please? I might have an idea what you're talking about, but...
Why do you get
it
a
would be
British
very-
accent
it
when you're
would
trying to be polite?
Well, it would be very nice if you can give me an example about that.
I'm trying to think of an example. I don't know.
Never say no, it's fugly.
I can't think of one right now.
Yeah, I noticed that sometimes with things that are kind of normal to me, that she gets a little bit offended, like it's a little bump to the head, like.
Oh, I don't have a good example of it, but I like it. Like I like it's something. I don't.
You know how there's the stereotype Germans are a little direct and seem a little not that warm at the beginning, but if you get close to them, they're very loyal. And I think that's true. Maybe it's we're not as fake, so we're better than the rest. I can't say that as a German. We're not allowed to say things like that. Yeah,
I think it's just a little more direct language, and there's no extra fluff. There's no extra descriptors or dancing around the point. I can't think of an example right now, but that's what I've realized. You just get straight to the point, which I like, but it's something that I've learned in our relationship. Okay, but that's
a point I'm not completely agreeing with her, but she mentioned that a couple of times.
Because
I always thought I'm the nicest person, and
Yeah, I think it's gonna be hard for him to realize it, and it's going to be easier for her to realize it. But at the same time, I absolutely think his way is the right way to go. So the German way, where you're just straightforward about things. I think I'm pretty straightforward about a lot of things as well. Hence the reason why I don't do the best on YouTube, because I don't sugarcoat shit. I just say how I feel, and if people disagree, they disagree, right? So I think most people do like the little around the town and around the city type of stuff where you don't really say how you truly feel. And that's what most people do in the United States, if I'm being absolutely honest. But I'd rather somebody tell me the truth, and just be 100 with me, because life is too short to be in a state of denial. You know what I'm saying? It's like telling a woman or a guy, yeah, you're beautiful, when they aren't that beautiful, and everybody's just laughing at them. I'd rather somebody say to me, you're not the most beautiful looking person, and I just have to own up to that situation, and I'll be more confident because I'll know already what people already think, and I'll just deal with it. But when you're getting told, oh yeah, you're beautiful and blah blah blah, but when you look at yourself like, oh my god, I look terrible, you know what I mean? It's to me, it's bad. To me.
No, I don't know.
Alright, so this one might get into some political topics, but my fourth point is more doctor-related visits. So my approach growing up with the American healthcare system is you do not go to the doctor unless you are dying. You don't want to pay that copay. Your medical bills are going to be super expensive if you just go to the visit for...
Yeah, I'm in Finland, and I was sick for the past... I wasn't like extremely sick, but I was having, a lot of bleeding in my nose. Right, and it's finally getting to that point where it's amazing and it's better. And guess what? I haven't seen a doctor. So it's actually something that I still actually hold close to the heart. I'm not going to the doctor unless I'm if that's not happening, then I'm not gonna be there. It's hard to break that habit. It's hard to break that habit.
Cold. If you go to the hospital, you are in debt for... They're going to be super expensive if you just go to the visit for a cold. If you go to the hospital, you are in debt for the rest of your life. It's a very different system. But I met Phil, and in Thailand, when he got sick, we had to go to the hospital, and we needed to at that point. But he was not afraid to.
Ruptured disc.
And I would have been scared to. I probably would have been like, no, I can't. Because even if I am covered by my insurance, it does not cover the full healthcare bill. Versus in Germany, you pay for it through taxes, but everything is covered. So no one is afraid to go to the doctor, or you don't have a reason to be afraid to go to the doctor for financial reasons. Our outlook, our perception on going to the doctor is very different. I will not go unless I'm dying.
Yeah, the bottom line is you can go as often as you want to any doctor. I feel like it's people's hobbies to go to the doctor. It never costs anything. I had to go to the hospital, I had to get an MRT and something. I had insurance, and they paid for everything. In the end, I didn't pay anything, and in Germany I never pay anything. Because health is just covered. Everybody pays a percentage out of their paycheck to the state for health insurance, and everything is covered. Not cosmetical things. If I want to have a facelift or something, then that's of course not covered. But everything medical related is covered.
He's not a doctor runner, but it's just very opposite of me growing up in the US and more fearing going to the doctor because of how expensive it will be, which isn't right. Like if I have to go to the hospital because I'm ill, like clinically ill, I shouldn't be scared to go because I'm afraid of how it will affect my future finances.
That's frightening to me. Yeah, if you consider German running to the doctor, that's totally German. Doctors' offices are packed all year round.
It's just very different culturally for me. I kind of like that healthcare system a little better. Alright, so my fifth point, and I feel like this is probably stereotypical Germany. Germany's reputation around the world is being efficient. That's what they're known for. That's the branding. And it's not a bad stereotype. It's very good. I feel like Phil fits the stereotype with efficiency.
Yeah.
He hates inefficiency. If we go into a line for like buying a ticket or something, or a supermarket, or just checking into an airport, he gets so mad if it's inefficient. He's like, this doesn't make sense. Why is this here? There's no logic to it. And he goes off on a little tangent about how inefficient it is.
Yeah, with that
That's how it's supposed to be. That's exactly how it's supposed to be, man.
example, I feel like sometimes people just don't do the next step of thinking, of making something just a little easier for everybody or quicker. I hate waiting, hate dawdling. Yeah, I like to do things efficiently.
I love that about you because I feel like I'm the same way, just maybe not to that extent. What is different is that he points out every inefficiency to me. And so that's why I'm so much more conscious of it if it's
She doesn't like if I point something out that she's doing that's not efficient, right?
Likewise. Just because you're German doesn't mean everything you do is efficient.
That's true, yeah.
It's a different culture.
Yeah.
But I've
so
noticed
I don't
that.
know if it's a stereotype. Efficiency, it's probably on average.
Is efficiency a
probably
stereotype?
pretty true.
Alright, so my last point is something that we both do. It's a little weird, but we kind of both hide our identities when we travel. Well, what I mean by that is we don't advertise. I don't run around with an American flag saying that I'm American. He doesn't go around saying, Ich bin Deutsch. Was that right?
Yeah, I respect that. I hate when people do that shit. It's like, is that all you are? Like, do something else, bro. It's like, do something else. I hate that. I hate it. 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 I hate that shit. You know, like, I watched a video last night and there was this one guy, you know, I guess he's from Europe and he visited the United States and he was on a bar that, you know, they hang on the bar and you gotta hang for a minute. And the American guy was like, oh yeah, you just gotta wait 1 minute, 1 American minute. And I was like, damn. Just why? 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 You know, and pretty much he embarrassed the entire United States because, well, obviously he went ahead and said, oh yeah, I think the ones in Europe, their minute is like 100 seconds. Yeah, that's what happened. And I hated that, but hey, it is what it is, man.
For Germany and America, people have very strong opinions about the country, either good or bad. You know, some people love it and some people hate the country. It really just depends. And so it's not something that we go around advertising. We kind of hide our identities. Also, you can't like tell, I mean, maybe you can tell by looking at some of us, but you can't really always tell unless we sit speaking or something.
I think I do, yeah. I don't know if that's German. I think it's not German, but something I do that's true. I'm very curious what the perception of Germany is from an American standpoint. If it's like, yeah, Germany efficiency, like the motor of Europe, or is it still the...
No, it's both. It's bad and good. So it is what he's gonna say now, and it is what he already said. The efficiency, and the autobahn. It is that, but it's also the Hitler in World War II nonsense.
Nazis over there. I experienced that a couple of times. So if I'm meeting somebody or if I just have a brief encounter with somebody, I feel like there's no reason for me to let them know where I'm from. So I feel like in Germany, everybody just goes immediately to dark places with their minds. But then again, for example, I met a lot of cool Indian people, or in Southeast Asia, they were, hey, Germany, BMW, Fußball, what is your favorite club, football club, and stuff like that. So that was surprising to me, but in general, I'm a little holding that back a little bit. And I think, in contrary to what the people on the internet say, I think non-natives have a hard time pointing out my accent, so they don't know immediately that I'm from Germany.
You could be Swedish.
I could be everything. People are whatever. And for you, same thing. You don't scream
racially
American.
Ambiguous, unless I start speaking. But overall, it's not that we're ashamed of where we're from. I am super thankful that I was born in the US. It's allowed so many opportunities. It's just that it's not something that we go around advertising.
Yeah, I think nobody should be too proud where they're from. You can't influence that, and you should not be too sad about it.
All right,
I'm European.
Alright, so those are kind of just things.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Like, you can't be too proud of where you were born or too sad about it. I don't think it should matter that much, if that makes sense. I don't think, because you had no impact. It's that simple. You have none. It's just like your ethnicity, your gender, just going around bragging, oh, I'm a man, I'm a woman. Like, I don't know, but that just come across as weird to me because, like, do you have any purpose outside of that? Like, you know what I mean? It's like going around bragging that you're rich. Yeah, we get it, you're rich, but what do you do contribution-wise to this world? You know, outside of that, what are you? Are you a dad? You take care of your family? You're a husband? You're a wife? What do you know what I mean? Like, there's more to life than just the shit that you couldn't control. You know what I mean? So flexing the shit that you can't control is just weird to me. It's like flexing height, flexing, you know, your body, flexing your gender, flexing all the things you can't control, like what country you're from, like it's so weird to me, in my humble opinion. It's like it takes away the whole context of you being a human, and it just puts a country in place of you, in my humble opinion. That's exactly what it does. You know, it's no longer about you, it's about the country. Anyways, this video was beautiful. I absolutely agree with everything that was said in this video. I think his different behaviors or stereotypical behaviors are actually pretty amazing, especially the efficiency one. I definitely love that one a lot, and I agree, absolutely. Let me know if you guys are just like this in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching. I'm out of here. Peace.